Hello, my name is Clark Stanford and I'm president of the Academy of Osseointegration. I wanted to update you on three things that you may be curious about. The first is the outcomes of the cancellation of the Seattle meeting. Two, there's been some members asking about the financial position of the Academy. And three, I wanted to update you on the value proposition and what we're doing to help you as members. So let's talk about this Seattle meeting. So the Seattle meeting, as you can imagine, is critically important to the Academy. But in early March, your board actually met with staff and we looked at the data and we had to make a hard decision. It was a right decision, but it was a hard decision to make. So since then, the staff of the AO has been working with their legal team and we've been working with the hotels and the convention center in the state of Washington. And we've been coming to what I would call is an equitable, balanced position for both of us in terms of resolving the contract issues, in terms of the cancellation fees that are associated with doing such a thing. We did have a cancellation contract, but as you can well imagine, it doesn't carry or cover events like a pandemic. Who would have thought? Yet, here we are. Let's talk then about the financial position of your Academy. It's very strong. The board of Directors takes this role extremely serious. I'll give you an example. In 2014, we made a strategic decision that was prudent by moving the investment assets to one of the largest global investment firms in the world, probably a firm that you have your own accounts with. In doing this, we actually made a strategic decision using index funds in equities and bonds, and that assured then the safety and protection of these investments for times of need. And here we are. So in this has allowed us to have a very strong balance sheet, even though the Academy itself is not able to have the meeting this year. So let's talk about member benefits and what we've been doing for this. As you know, we've been pivoting very quickly to being able to provide and support online education like many groups are doing. Now, the board also recognizes that with many of, if not all of our practices being closed, we have cash flow issues. And we recognize that although this is normally the time of year when we are having the renewal on memberships and the renewal for the subscriptions for the journals, we have decided on behalf of the members to actually delay the invoicing for dues this year until the early fall. By then, we hope the virus will have passed, we are able to get back into our practices, and we have cash flow again to be able to feel comfortable maintaining membership with the Academy. This is something we're doing for you, okay? Now, the other thing, of course, is what is the value proposition for membership beyond the large annual meeting? One, as I mentioned, is the webinars and the move to actually dramatically increasing the number of opportunities for you to be able to learn online. The new world as we see in higher education. The other thing is we have the strongest implant journal in the world, the International Journal of Oral Maxillofacial Implants. We also have started this past year, and we will continue this new member benefit, and that is adding to your portfolio the International Journal of Periodontics and Restorative Dentistry. This is the premier journal that has been led and edited by Drs. Myron and Mark Nevins. So this is just a part of your membership now that we're providing to you. Now, the board is also exploring some other really cool, innovative new ways of creating what I call a protected sandbox for us to be able to talk to each other about very difficult issues. This is an electronic, if you will, an electronic sandbox behind a protected firewall that is a sign-in subscription only. This allows, it's HIPAA compliant and it's encrypted, and you would be able to upload images, video, CBCT images, a whole variety of different software that you work with, and be able to converse with other colleagues within this protected space to be able to discuss sometimes very challenging issues. This is very commonly used in the physician's world, and in fact, right now with the COVID virus, these kinds of protected forums have proved invaluable for point of care needs for patient care right at the time that they are needed with providers dealing with extremely life and death issues. We can protect and actually provide that same kind of member benefit to you as a member of the Academy of Osseointegration. Now, I also want to outline to you some of the global issues that we've been addressing and the expansion of the AO brand around the world. I want to thank especially Dr. Homlei Wang at the University of Michigan, who's led this global education committee, and this has been able to provide the expansion of the AO certificate program, but also key attributes where we've been able to reach out and have programs in the country of Taiwan. Right before the COVID virus really hit, we also had a large program down in Brazil. And now we are working with our Spanish colleagues for the Spanish Academy of Osseointegration and the German AO DGI, which is another example of maintaining a global footprint because we have that expertise. It's a matter of now working through this with our global partners. So I want to summarize that your academy is extremely stable, it's very strong, has a strong balance sheet, we're going nowhere. We have a very strong mission and vision. Part of my role this year is the implementation plan, which we now have in place. And the key here is to continue the global impact that the Academy of Osseointegration has had and will in the future. So thank you very much, and more to come.